So how can we find the union and the intersection of two or more sets? Let's start with the union. What is the union of two or more sets? How can we define it? So the union of two or more sets is the combined set that contains all the unique elements found in every individual set, so without any duplication. Let's try with some example. Let's say we have a set A, 1, 2, 3, and a set B, 4, 5. So how can we find the union of A and B? So A union B is going to be the list, so the new set that contains all the unique elements from A and from B. So what are all the unique elements from A and B? So in this case, it turns out all the unique elements to be 1, 2, and 3 from the set A, and 4, 5 from the set B. Let's try another example. Let's say we have A, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we have B, which is 2, 4, 6, 8. So what is A union B in this case? What do you think A union B is? Well, let's take the list of all unique elements. So we can take every element from set A, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we can take all the elements from B without duplicating any other elements. So for example, 2 is already contained in A union B, and 4 is already contained, but 6 and 8 are still not contained, so we can just write down 6 and 8, and that's the answer. Let's try another one. Let's say we have A, which is 1, 2, and 3, and we have B, which is the empty set. What do you think A union B is going to be in this case? Well, since B doesn't have any elements, the combined list of elements of A and B is just going to be the same thing as just A. So in this case, A union B is just going to be 1, 2, and 3. Try this one. Let's say A is 1, 2, and B is 1, 2, 3, 4. What do you think the union is going to be in this case? Well, A in this case is a subset of B. It means that B already contains every element which is contained in A. Therefore, in this case, A union B is just going to be equal to B, which is 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the reason being is B contains 1 and 2, and A is just made up of 1 and 2, and the union is the list of known duplicates elements. So in this case, A union B is just going to be equal to B. Let's try last one for the union. Let's say we have A, 1 and 2, B, 3 and 4, and C, which is 1, 3, 5, and 6. What is going to be A union B union C? So we take the list of all the unique elements from A, from B, and from C, and we combine together in just one set. So from A we can take 1 and 2, we can take 3 and 4 from B, then from C we already took 1, we took 3, but we didn't take 5 and 6, so we can write 5 and 6. So that's the answer. Now, how can we find the intersection of two or more sets? So what is the intersection of two or more sets? So the intersection of two or more sets is the set that contains only the elements which are in common to all sets. So let's try with an example. Let's say we have A, which is 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we have B, which is 3, 4, 5, and 6. What is A intersection B? So in order to find A intersection B, we have to find all the elements which are found in both sets. So in this case, 3 is found both in A and B, and 4 is found both in A and B. All the other elements are not found in both sets. They are just found only in A or only in B. So therefore, in this case, A intersection B is going to be 3, 4. Let's try another one. Let's say we have A, which is 1, 2, and 3. And let's say we have B, which is 7, 8. What do you think A intersection B is going to be in this case? So the first question that we have to ask ourselves is, do they have any element in common? So the answer is not. They don't have any element in common. Therefore, A intersection B is just going to be the empty set. Let's try another one. Let's say we have A, which is 1, 2, 3, and let's say B is the empty set itself. So what is A intersection B? Is there any element in common between A and B? No, there is no element in common. Therefore, in this case, A intersection B is still the empty set. So whenever we find an empty set, the intersection between a set and an empty set is always going to be the empty set. Let's try this one. Let's say A is equal to 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And let's say B is 4, 6, 8. What do you think A intersection B is going to be? Well, in this case, B is a subset of A. It means that A contains every element that B contains. Therefore, the intersection is just going to be the full list of elements contained in B, which in this case are 4, 6, and 8. So A intersection B, if B is a subset of A, is just going to be the same as B. Let's try the last one. Let's say we have A, which is 1, 3, 5, and 7. Let's say we have B, which is 3, 6, 7, 8, and C, which is 1, 7, 8, and 9. So how can we find the intersection of three sets? So A intersection B intersection C. So the process is always the same. So we have to look for the elements that are found in every single set. So in this case, there is just one element which is found in A or B or C. So 7 is just the only common element. Therefore, A intersection B intersection C is just going to be 7. And that's the answer.